What's up, everybody? Welcome to this live stream. On this stream, we're going to talk about overcoming pricing or price objections. This is probably the number one thing I keep hearing, where people tell me my clients are too cheap, they won't pay $100, they won't pay $500, they won't pay $1,000 for what it is I'm doing. How do I convince them that I'm worth it, that I'm valuable enough? All right. Thank you, sir. That was kind of hard for me to hear myself. That was a little bit loud, all right? So this is what I hear all the time. You're too expensive. I can't afford this. What do we do? So the first thing I'm going to tell you that when you have a dollar amount without context, everything seems expensive. $5 seems like a lot of money to buy a pack of gum. But $5 to buy a car is super cheap. So what we have to do is we have to provide our potential clients context for what it is that they're getting. Now, last week, or the last stream, I was talking about remodeling my house, and the architect came in and gave us a quote of $200,000 to remodel our master bedroom and a couple of bathrooms in the house. And when I heard that price, I almost fell out of my chair. So I thought, what a challenge would it be if I was the architect and I was trying to convince my own wife that $200,000 maybe isn't that much money. That sounds like a challenge, right? Because this is a real world situation where I had a negative reaction to money. But I was thinking, could I close myself? Could I convince my own wife to spend the $200,000? So on this episode, we're going to dig into that and we're going to answer your questions. There are 6 participants here, including myself on Zoom. So I guess that's 5. If you guys want to join me, you guys need to click on the Zoom link. And if you're looking at this show, check it out on Twitter. Check it out on Facebook. Otto, you should be providing them the link on YouTube. I just said check on Twitter, check on our Facebook page. A resourceful person would figure that out. Boom, boom. There we go. That was a short, concise. All right, okay. All right, so how do we convince somebody that $200,000, which for a lot of you guys, depending on where you live, could be enough to buy a house? Yeah, here we are thinking about just remodeling our master bedroom and a couple of bathrooms. Okay, a lot of money. All right, so here's how I'm going to do it. The first thing that you're going to do, I'm slouching here. Let me not slouch. Let me let this other person in. Is first thing you're going to do is you're going to acknowledge the fact, okay? You're going to say, wow, yep, you're right. That is a lot of money. $200,000 is a huge amount of money, and I don't want to belittle that amount of money because you can buy lots of things for $200,000. Why do you need to say this? Because you need to make sure that the client feels that they're being heard, and this is really important, that you heard them say this is a lot of money. So the way that we're going to embrace this reaction, this negative reaction, and then we're going to pivot out of it is we have to say, wow, it is a lot of money. It's $200,000. I get it. Okay? You want to make sure they don't feel like they're being ignored. The next part is a little bit of witchcraft. It's a little bit of verbal jujitsu. And we're going to get into it. How do you do it? You're going to provide context. You need to give them context as to what that money means to them. Okay? So let's do this. All right? So I'm going to pretend like I'm talking to my wife right now. So we know that when we improve, when we renovate, when we remodel our homes, there are 3 areas that you can fix to increase the value of your home. That is the kitchen, the bathrooms, and the landscaping. Those 3 things have the biggest impact on increasing the value of your home. So if you're talking about spending $200,000, give me 1 second, you guys. I'm going to make sure this... Where's my own live stream? If you're going to spend $200,000 and if we're going to improve the bathrooms of the house, how much more value did we increase the value of the house? And conservatively, let's just say it's $50,000 because the math works out much easier. So I'm not going to pretend that spending $200,000, I'm going to get it all back when I sell the house, right? I'm going to say, like, you know what? $50,000. So now the $200,000 number I just made smaller. And I'm going to ask my client this, and I'm not just going to say, I might throw out a number. Does $50,000 seem like a reasonable amount in terms of the money you will recoup? We added $50,000 of value to your house. So yes, you are spending $150K. Still a lot of money. That's instantly a lot smaller number than the $200,000. Okay, $150,000. The next question I would ask my client is, how long do you plan on living in this house? Well, the answer is, well, I have an 11-year-old boy and a 13-year-old boy, and they're going to be moving out of the house after they graduate. So we'll probably downsize, but we won't downsize right away. So, you know, 7, 8, maybe 10 years. Let's say 10 years because, again, it works much better for my math to say 10 years. Okay, so now I'm taking a big number and I've chopped it down instantly by saying we're going to recoup, we're going to get some return on investment right away. And then I'm going to take that bigger number still and then chop it down to smaller pieces. So now, if we look at it over the course of 10 years, $150,000 divided by 10 is $15,000 a year. So you're going to spend $15,000 a year. Okay? Does that sound about right? So $15,000 a year works out to be a little bit more than $1,000 a month. It's like 1 point something. My math is not that good to be able to do that. So you guys following along now? So for about $1,000 a month, that's what you're going to spend to live in your dream home, to have the master bedroom and bathrooms that you deserve, that you'll feel like you're walking into a luxury hotel. All right? So far, so good? Now, we can say that what does it cost to live or stay at a luxury hotel? I've stayed in some. I've stayed in a 4-star, 4 Seasons hotel, and it's about $1,000 a day. Now, we don't do that very often. Actually, I've only done that once. But to stay in a nice hotel and somewhere nice, it's going to cost somewhere like $500 a night. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm taking big numbers and I'm chopping it down and down and down. So if you say like every day you come home and you get to stay in the luxury hotel of your dreams, tailor-built just for you and your family and your husband, is that worth a couple of nights of stay in a luxury hotel? And I think then the answer becomes a lot more palatable and I've broken the problem down. And I'm hoping by breaking it down this way, you guys can see how you can map your own way of talking about money and overcoming the price objection with your own client. So I'm going to open it up to my people here on Zoom. Otto's going to be monitoring the Facebook and the YouTube, right? Somebody's doing that, and he'll be feeding your questions in, you guys, so feel free. We're going to be on for about half an hour. I've been asked to keep the live streams shorter because people don't have that much time. So we'll see if we can keep this in a half-hour chunk. That's why we broke this episode into 2 parts. There was the first part that I talked about, different topic, and now this. And Aaron and Mark will be doing the sound effects or whatever they're doing. I have no idea. Okay, so you people in the room, I think, what's his name? Where is he? Is it Robert? Where are you? Did you disappear? Roberto. There you are. Roberto, do you have a question about this? No, not yet. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys that are tuning in on Zoom, if you have a situation where you're trying to negotiate with your client and the price objection comes up that you're too expensive, I'm going to hear about your scenario, your situation. I'll be more than, I'll try my best to be more than helpful and try to resolve that. We do a little role playing. People like that role playing stuff. Oh, here comes in a, oops. All right. Let's see here. All right, here's the question. How do I improve or create a process when I design? How do I improve or create a process when I design? That's got nothing to do with today's topic. Next question. Shotgun that. All right, thanks. That'll work. All right.
Please unmute yourself, please.
Pardon me?
Unmute yourself.
Am I muted?
Chris, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, guys. There. The whole time I've been talking, you guys couldn't hear a single thing? All right, sorry, my bad. I'm an idiot. I was telling them they're fools. All right, I don't know why I was on mute. I must have accidentally clicked on that for some reason. Okay, guys. Anybody? Okay, here we go. We got some questions coming in from the chat. Audio cut. I'm deaf. How to sound salesy. How to not sound salesy. No audio, Chris. No audio. No, I could hear you, but I cut out. No, just 20 seconds. Okay, we're all good on the audio front. There's 17 of us in this room. Hey, Aaron, you're gonna unmute you're gonna unplug yourself. Who's got questions? Okay, all right. I got a couple of questions. First, I haven't seen this gentleman on. Okay, I don't know how to say your name. Is it Ideal? All right, dude, unmute yourself. Here we go. Show his face. He's my brother from another mother. Go ahead, say something.
Hi, Chris. I want to know how to not sound too salesy about when negotiation price. How to show the value, but not showing that only interested on the money. You know, like, okay, this costs this much. This is a premium service, but how to not sound like desperate to get the money from the client? That's my question.
Is there a situation that this has happened recently? It is a very broad question. right? So I'm trying to I need some detail here. So what are you selling? Logo, website, what are you selling?
Yeah, for example, I'm selling marketing consulting, Facebook advertising. For example, we charge around $1,000 for the management for every campaign.
Okay.
And sometimes the client seeing that is too expensive.
Okay. Yeah.
But maybe it's because the client is not the type of client that I need for this service, because I have other clients that pays that happily. So they don't have.
I got it. I know how to do this. Okay. You are selling. Okay. First of all, how do you say your name? Where are you from?
Idael. I'm from Cuba.
You're from Cuba?
Yes. I'm the guy who do the landing page for the internship online.
Oh, okay. All right. Excellent. Well, nice to see your face. All right. Idal from Cuba. Aaron, that's your people? No, you're not Cuban.
I'm not Cuban, no.
What are you, Colombian?
Is it kind of, by the way? Very cool place.
It's a cool place. All right. He says there's no food to eat there, but it's cool.
No food to eat, yeah.
Okay, no food. All right, here we go. Now, Idal is asking about running a Facebook campaign for one of his clients, and the client is saying, $1,000, that's too much money, right? And Idal doesn't want to come across as desperate. He doesn't want to come across as desperate, and so what's he going to do? All right, so here, Mark, are we going to cut to my camera? Since I'm talking? Thank you. Somebody sleep at the wheel! Aaron, you guys are doing too many jobs, you guys. Come on. Yeah, exactly. Aaron, forget about the sound effects. Focus on the video, man. Focus on the video. All right. Here we go. So, I'm going to...
Someone on Zoom's gotta...
Okay, you just gotta kill the audio when I'm talking. Okay, thanks. All right. You guys on Zoom, mute yourself. I'm gonna... Thank you. I know who it is. They just muted themselves when I said that. Okay. If I'm not talking to you, mute yourself. If it's a noisy background, mute yourself. All right, here we go. $1,000 Facebook campaign. I'm going to ask them, what are we trying to do with this campaign? Idal, what would they say to me? Are they trying to sell something?
Yeah, for example, they are trying to attract new clients to their business. For example, we do that for real estate agents.
Okay. They want new clients. Okay. How much is one new client worth to them? What's the value of one new client?
At least $2,000.
$2,000?
At least.
Okay, at least.
Yes.
So you want to ask them, what is the lifetime value of a new customer for you? We have to think about the transaction. Like if you're in real estate, it's got to be way more than $2,000, right? Because they're going to make a percentage on the sale of the house or the purchase of house. Okay, so it's going to be a lot more than $2,000, and then they're going to refer friends, and so there's like a residual value. So you have to ask them, what's the lifetime value of this client? And they might say something like, I don't know, $25,000. Okay. And when we run this campaign for a month, what do we hope to get in terms of new leads? And how many of those new leads will we convert? You have to ask these kinds of questions, okay? So in my example, I try to share with you, you have to give the money some context. It has nothing to do with you proving yourself. It has everything to do with how valuable it is to the client. If the client is selling $5 baseball cards and you want them to spend $1,000, they have to sell a lot of baseball cards. And if that's the case, that's a hard sell. Okay, unless they can sell tens of thousands of baseball cards. So it's all relative to the client. So if they're trying to onboard new clients at $25,000 a head, let's just say they onboard one new customer and the campaign generates 50 leads. Let's just say. That's very valuable to them. Ask them how much time and energy they would have to spend in marketing and manpower to generate 50 leads. Oh, maybe 40 hours of calling people on the phone and placing ads and running campaigns, all this kind of stuff. And you say, well, what do you pay those people? Well, I pay them $20 an hour. So you just do the math. So what you're doing is providing a bargain. Now, you have to remember a basic tenet of business. A client only buys if what they pay you is worth more than what they're getting back. I'm sorry, let me do that the opposite. I said that the wrong way. A transaction happens only if they get more value than what they're paying you. All right. I wish we could edit this episode. Now I said it the correct way. And so you need to help them understand the value that they're getting back. I hope that was clear, IDL. And thanks for calling in from Cuba. I'm going to take another question. All right. We good?
Good, man.
Good. Give it a shot.
Good.
People are swearing at you. Raphael is saying, Aaron, God dang it. All right. I won't say his words. Okay. Is it, I don't know how to say your name. Is it iMagic? No. That's not your real name, dude. You got a question? Come on. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, hi.
Ideal, mute yourself. See you in a bit. Okay, man, go ahead.
Yeah. My name is Taz. I have a question about, I'm now talking about freelancing, and about the Upwork, if you know.
Yes. Upwork, I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it too. But I live on money from there. Okay.
Okay.
You have only one chance to write a proposal, and there is a budget written, for example, $200. Yeah. How I can write the proposal and what I need to say to put a price, for example, for $400, and for the client to buy it.
Okay. This is very difficult because you're not having a conversation. There's one supplier, right? And lots of people to buy. I mean, people are going after this job. It's a competitive bidding situation, right? So this is rough, okay? This is why you need to get yourself off of this. And I want to give you advice, but I feel like I don't even want to give you advice for this situation because I want you to get out of the situation. Get off these sites like Upwork and what's the other one? Fiverr. Any kind of bidding site, it demeans your value. Fiverr, oh my God. 99 Designs, get off these things, all right? Start working on what I've been telling you to do. Up your social media game, work on your positioning, fix your freaking portfolio, work on beautiful case studies, and get out of there. Go to the client. Okay, now this time, the client's standing there and you're going to them. It's very difficult here in a situation like this. If the client says, I have $200, and you come at them, and it's like, it's worth $400, well, if they can't tell the difference, and you have to also think about the mindset of this kind of client. This kind of client is looking for the cheapest option. They don't really care about quality or added service, and it's going to be very difficult for you to get off them from $200 to $400. I don't really know how, but I'm going to take my best stab at this, okay? I think your proposal is going to say, my budget's going to come in at twice the amount, and here's why it matters to you. And that's it. And you're going to have to tell them why it's worth twice as much as they're going to spend from everybody else. Now, can you make that claim? Can you prove to me now why your work is worth twice as much? What do you think, Taz?
So, Stas. S-T-A-S.
Stas.
Stas.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sorry, S-T-A-S. Stas. What are you going to say? I mean, what can you say to that? Why is your work worth 2 times as much?
You want to kind of play a role game, right?
Role playing.
I can role play with you, man.
Role playing right now.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'll be the
okay.
client. And I'm a jerk, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead.
No, you are not. But
No,
but
I'm going to play a
yeah.
jerk. I know, I'm not a real jerk. I'm not saying I'm a jerk. Let me correct myself here. I'm going to play a jerk. I'm not going to be easy on you, okay? Stas, why are you coming at $200? I mean, $400. I only have $200.
Because the work I'm making and the work I'm doing, firstly, is way better. All people from another beats are doing, and I have all new and another approach to my work, to exploring your case and to studying your area of business. And
Hey, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there.
Yep.
I only have $200, man. I don't want you to sell me twice as much. I didn't come in here to buy the Rolls Royce, right? I only got $200. What can you do for $200?
Yeah, sure. But do you want to have a logo for $200?
Yes.
And earn $500 after that? Or you want to have a $400 logo and earn $5,000 after that?
How can a logo make me money?
By appearance, by look, by a style of your brand, maybe.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this question. I'll pay you the $400. Okay. And if you,
Great.
if I don't get the $5,000, you're gonna owe me $4,600.
Why?
Because you told me I'm gonna make $5,000 off my logo. How will I make $5,000 off my logo? Right now, I'm just paying money. How does my logo make me money?
It just because of the attention to your brand, maybe.
Maybe? Yeah, maybe not. I'll tell you something.
The connection.
I'm going to tell you a story, okay?
Sorry.
I'm going to tell you a little story, Stas. All right, you ready? A friend of mine. Oh, we lost internet connection? It's unstable. Hold on.
Wait. I don't have a connection.
Okay, here we go. I'm back. Connection's good again. Okay? Can you hear me? Stas.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. I'm going to tell you a really brief story. I've told this story before. A friend of mine was invited to present and bid on a large restaurant franchise. They do tens of millions of dollars of business annually. Okay? They have several restaurants. He came in, he talked to the 3 owners of the company. 2 of them were ready to go. They want a new brand, they want a new logo. And one of the owners said to him, "Are you telling me right now by changing the logo that we're going to get any more business than we are getting right now?" And what did my friend say? He said, I can't tell you that it's going to do anything. Because they already have a ton of customers. Actually, changing the logo actually might hurt them. Because people sometimes have a very bad reaction when you change the logo. Like, you remember when Uber changed their logo? A lot of people hated it. Okay? So, I'm telling you right now, you guys, you're going to lose this war almost every single time. If you're going in and trying to sell a logo to somebody and you're going to say it's worth more than X, it's not true. And I'll tell you why. All you have to do is go into a store like REI. I don't know where you're from, but if you go to REI, some kind of sporting goods store, and you walk down the aisle and you go through the jackets, you know, and you see things like Mountain Hardwear, Marmont, some of the other brands like North Face. Some have nice logos, some have terrible logos. Some have such offensive, visually offensive logos to me, I wouldn't even buy their clothes even though it's really good. Okay? But they're still there and they're still doing millions of dollars of business every single year, as offensive as the logo is. Go into a shoe store, sneaker store, right? Where they sell athletic shoes. Look at all the different logos from Mizuno to Asics to Brooks to every kind of brand you can think of. Adidas and Nike, some are good, some are not good. They're all still doing phenomenal business. Skechers, you like Skechers logo? I don't love it, right? I don't love it. They're still selling shoes. Okay? So it's interesting because we create logos. We think the logo is very valuable, right? Notice before the previous example with, I already forgot the guy's name, Ideal. He said, I do Facebook marketing campaign. That has a real return on investment. When you spend the money in advertising, it should get you conversion. All right. So I like the logos we make. I love them, but I can't guarantee my clients, and I will not guarantee them that the logo will change their business at all. So you're you're fighting a battle that you're not going to be able to win. Go ahead. You want to say something, Stas? Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I understood that Upwork, Fiverr, and etc. It's all bad things that I don't need to use, like 99 Designs, because it makes my work cheaper, right?
Yes.
So how should I don't know, what should I do? What should I do to make money but still freelancing?
You need to go out and find your own clients. You can't use these platforms. These platforms are for people who have no initiative, don't know how to market themselves, who can't put together on the website and don't want to do any sales and marketing. So they rely on these sites. Get off the site. Build up your work on Behance. Build up your website. Start doing social media. Start building an audience around who you are and your story and your body of work. And spend your time and energy in building up better case studies and put that into the world. Okay? I've said it already 1,000 times, you guys. Stop fighting me on it or forever be stuck in Upwork land.
Hey, Chris.
Okay? Yes.
Still...
Go ahead. Mark, you got a question? I got some really funny comments in the Zoom room here. I got to share them with you guys. Go ahead, Mark.
Would you still recommend any of those sites like Fiverr for beginners that just need to get that client interaction?
No, I hate Fiverr. Look, okay, let me tell you how to get to work, guys. All right, everybody pay attention right now. Cut to me, dude. Let me tell you how to get some work. Everybody knows somebody that needs a logo. Somebody in their family, friends, a cousin, somebody's opening a business somewhere all over the world. I don't care what part of the world you're from. Somebody's opening up a business and they need a logo. They need a business card. They need to put their name out there, and it doesn't have to be super fancy. And they can afford $500. They can afford $1,000 to do this. They definitely can, because the printing budget is going to be several $100s. It's at least worth the printing budget. Get off these things. Go and tell some of your friends, your mom, your cousin, your brother, your uncle, your former college professor, your colleagues, anywhere. Like even when I was in school, friends that were photographers or transportation designers or like in the other disciplines, they would ask me, Chris, I need your help. Can you design a logo? Yeah, I can. It's going to cost you this much. All right. I was already getting work as a student in school and selling to my friends at school. You got to just look there. Okay. You guys can do this. All right. I got to read some of these comments because they're hilarious. Okay. When I'm reading the comments, cut to his camera so you don't see me like bending down and all that stuff. All right. Here we go. All right. Hold on. Everybody just hit me too much at one time. Otto, give me 1 second. All right. Hey, Chris. This is from Andrew Morner. I don't know. He's saying it to me privately. I guess I shouldn't read his question. He said it to me privately. I just messed that up. I'm sorry, anonymous caller. Hey, Chris, no mic, so I'm typing my question. Here's some context. Dude, I just want the question, but I'm in this situation of being a small fish in a big pond for the first time. The client's an arc. Oh, it's too much, man. Just rewrite your question, dude.
Chris, talking to the mic.
I can't because I'm reading the question. I'll adjust it down.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Is that better?
Yes.
All right. How do we ask a question, Danny? You ask the question when I tell you ask the question. Yeah, okay. So, okay. Effican says, Chris, you can play the jerk way too easily. I get that. Somebody's upset at me. It's like blasphemy. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Laugh out loud. Hi, guys. Okay, I need a logo. Attention to your brand, maybe. Get the confident guys. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Chris, you have to upgrade the bandwidth in the studio. EDL is saying our internet connection is not fast. Dude, you know how fast our internet connection is? We have a fiber line. Our internet connection will destroy you. Except for I'm in a isolation booth. So I assume it doesn't let sound out. It also probably doesn't let the Wi-Fi connection in here, okay? I can plug in the hard line. You don't know how much illegal content Aaron is downloading every single day. It's ridiculous.
Not true. None of that's true.
Nobody can hear you. Your mic wasn't on. Mark just screwed you over, buddy. No witty comebacks for Aaron. Wah, wah. All right. Hey, dude. Okay. It's like, where you from? Los Angeles? No. Stas, where are you from again?
I'm from Ukraine.
Ukraine. He's on every show, and I forget his name every time and where he's from.
Really?
He's in the exact same room. One of these days, I will remember your name. Okay?
Now I'm from Poland, yeah? I'm at Poland, at Krakow, living, but
Yeah.
I'm from Ukraine.
Okay, cool. We had some Russian music playing, but they killed it. You guys are...
No, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Not Russian, please.
Not Russia. Guys,
Big difference.
that's a big difference.
Big
Stop
difference.
that. Stop it. All right, you guys. All right. Okay, EDL has another question. No, okay. Man, I hate Skechers. Yeah, I get it. Okay. All right, you guys. Who has another question? Okay, thanks very much. Put yourself on mute. Stas? Okay. Okay. Paulo, unmute yourself. You're on, man.
Hi,
Say your
Chris.
name, tell us where you're from, and hit me with a question.
So I'm Paulo from Brazil, and I just graduated, and I'm not sure if you've addressed this before, but I'm trying to build up my portfolio so I can get clients from internationally. But right now, I'm mostly getting clients locally, and the standard rate here is really low. And I was wondering if you have tips on how to deal with that.
Yes, I have tips, and I've answered this 1,000 times. But Paulo, you're brand new. You're fresh and shiny. I'm going to answer it for you today because I am not a jerk. I'm a very kind person, so I will answer this once and for all.
Thanks.
Okay, you guys go on the FAQ and read this, okay? Everybody that's from another country, I've said this, and here we go. It's like I should just record this and hit play automatically, all right? Take advantage of the fact that you live in a place where the cost of living is much lower. Okay, we know that. So we know the cost of living is low. That means if you do work that's in another country that has a higher median income, you're going to do well for yourself because the dollar is going to be much stronger where you're at and you're going to make more money, okay? You can charge a little bit less. You don't have to, but you can. So if the going rate is like $400 to do something and you charge $300, well, you've saved them a little bit of money and you made a lot more money than the local market, which is going to pay you $25. We know that. So we need to be on the international stage. We have to do work that people don't think you're in a smaller market. That's critical. How do you do that? The way you do that is you build beautiful work that lives on Behance, and you write everything in English, and there's no spelling or grammatical mistakes, so it looks like you are an international company just from the beginning. And you have to make work that's super glossy, okay? When you look at the work that's on Behance, there's a pretty clear divide between what I would consider student-looking work, community college work, and professional work. Which category do you belong? Does your work like student work, or does it look like pro work? Now, there should be no difference between whether or not you did it for a real client or if it's done for spec or even a student assignment. It should look no different. You use the exact same tools, Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign. You use the same cameras. You should be able to make the same thing. The only reason why it's not good is because you made it not good. So first of all, make it good. And there's a very easy formula and template to apply here. All you have to do is look at the work that you admire the most, that looks like it's international, from the UK, from Australia, from Switzerland, from the United States, from Canada, wherever. Look at that work and copy the formula and copy the way they present it. And you will do well for yourself, okay? All right, Paulo. Hopefully that's the last time I get this kind of question, because I might have to break out the sound effects after that. Not this time, but next time.
Not this time.
Not this time.
Thanks,
Next
Chris.
time. All right, you're welcome. All right, let me see if I can't read the questions at the same time while I'm looking at you guys. So let's take advantage of the fact that you guys are here live on Zoom. Somebody else get your question ready. I'm going to call on you in a second. Otto, give me the question from YouTube.
We got a question here.
Fire away.
Okay, so what do you do?
I don't hear you, dude. Are you in?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear the jaws.
Yeah, because it goes with the question.
Go
it's
ahead.
a deadly one.
But I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Should be going.
It's gone? Okay,
Everyone
go ahead.
else can hear me.
Okay, go ahead.
So what do you do when you screw up on a job? How do you pivot out of that?
Okay. You screwed up on a job. You dropped the ball. It happens to all of us. It's happened to me. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take 100% responsibility that you're a screw up. All right? Don't hide it. Don't make excuses, because nothing makes me crazier than people who make excuses, all right? Just own it. Say, you know what? I dropped the ball. My bad. I dropped the ball. I mistakenly added this file, or I outputted the wrong thing. I screwed up. I'm going to fix this and make it right. And I apologize for screwing up. This has never happened to me before, and I'm really, truly, deeply sorry. And if there's anything else I can do to make it up to you, if there's some extra work I can do, or send something, I want to make it right by you, because I know trust is hard to earn, and it's hard to keep, and I want to make sure we're okay. Is there anything else I can do to make it right? And just that's all you can do. All right? And use that as a learning lesson, not to screw up again. Otto, give me a question. Man, I'm getting thirsty.
Otto, you got a question there?
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it.
Okay.
Here's a question coming in from the internets. I'm currently working for a person that knows me and knows I'm good, but expects a friendly rate. The friendly rate. Friends and family killing us. What do I do? Do you have some experience with this type of jobs? Yes, I do. All right. I don't work with friends. All right, next question. No, I'm just kidding. All right. I don't work with friends, guys. Friends and family can abuse you. You can ruin relationships. They can start family feuds, This is not good. This is why I try to keep the professional relationships.
Keep the change.
You're killing me with a sound.
I'm trying, man.
Stop the
All right.
sound. Stop it. Somebody's whipping with the noodle. All right, here we go. So, you guys, look. Working with friends and family, it's just dangerous, man. It's really dangerous. Like, what do you have to gain? When you remember on the other episode I talked about doing something that's going to be perceived as being helpful? Well, not only do you have to work just as hard as you work with any client, you have to work twice as hard, and you have to charge less, and you can't tell them to appreciate the work you do, because they're like, yeah, okay, easy there. Like, martyr? Who died, Who died on the cross? I mean, let's relax here. It's really tough working with friends. If you sign up working with friends, you should forget about making money. You should forget about effort, because you sign up to make your friend happy, and do it because of that, and remember that. Remember that as you're on to the 17th revision and making no money. Listen to my words or do whatever you want. Okay? All right. Let me read a couple more questions here.
I've got a good one from YouTube.
All right. You know what? Can you guys log into the Zoom and then help me read the questions? Because I can't read them while I'm doing this telecast. Otto, log into the Zoom link yourself. I'll accept you, and then you can read through the questions and get caught up to speed. All right, man. Ask your question, Mark.
So this is from Cleo Creative. He says, Chris, how do I start switching my design pricing for per hour to fixed price?
Okay. You just do. Who told you to charge hourly? Why do you do that? The next client that calls you, don't bid hourly. So I'm not understanding the problem here. It's like, how do I stop using the color red? How do I stop using Helvetica? Well, you just stop. Next time you submit a bid, put a flat fee attached to phases of design. Do not show how you derive that formula at all. So here's an example. If I have to design an identity system, a logo, a business card, a letterhead, maybe I have to do some social media stuff. So for the logo, right now, probably put in, $25,000 for the logo. And it'll come with a style guide, some colors and typography examples. And then for the business card, letterhead, and something else, what we say is you get 3 applications, and that's another $10,000. And then lastly, some social media stuff, some whatever that might look like, maybe that's another $3,500, okay? And then I just say that's some total. That's it. I don't sit around and break down how many hours I work on it. It's just the price. At the end of the day, most business people will look at the price and say that's either too much money or I can't afford it. It's great, okay? That's it. Is that good? All right, thanks for the no feedback, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, I'm going to go to Zoom, and then I'm going to go to Otto, okay? Zoom, who's got your next question? All right.
I do.
All right, I got to get some new person in here. You know what?
Can you hear me?
Okay, hold on. I got to pick somebody, guys. Hold on. I'm going to go with Jesus or Jesus, and then I'm going to go to wrong, right? Because you can't go wrong with right. You can't go right, wrong. All right, never mind. Wrong, you're up next. You better come in with a great question, all right? So go ahead, dude. Jesus Corona. Jesus Corona. Am I saying your name right? Say something.
Jesus, can you hear me?
Jesus? Yes.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you, dude.
Oh, yeah. Let me mute you here. Yeah. Sorry.
All right, Jesus, fire away, man.
Yeah. I have experience in both 3D modeling and in UI UX, but I don't know if I should focus in 3D modeling or going through UI UX, because looking at the work and the job offers, it's kind of better paid. Or should I try to, like you say, charge more for 3D modeling and establish the price?
Okay. All right, good question. Jesus, and everybody that's on Zoom, here's what I want you to do. I want you to say, hey, my name is Jesus. I'm from Bogota, Colombia, or wherever you're from. And then you come in with the question, all right? So, dude, are you okay? You have a bandage over your eye.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I have a thing in the eye where I cannot stop moving it. Don't worry.
I see. Okay. You're all right. Okay, good. You're hardcore. I like it. Here's your question. His question is, in case you guys can't hear, should I do 3D or UI UX? One pays better than the other. I'm just curious, what pays better, 3D or UI UX?
UI UX.
Okay. What do you love?
I'm falling in love with 3D modeling. UI UX.
That's all you need to do. Okay. I'm going to tell you this. I'm fairly consistent about this. Chase the money. You chase it forever. You never get anywhere, and you wind up totally unhappy with your life. Okay. You decided to be somebody in a creative field. Just do that. And you know why? Because you're passionate about it, and that's going to get you through the tough spots. Like when things fall apart, you're like, I still love this. I still derive so much happiness from this. I should do this. People who chase an emerging industry, I don't know if that works out for them. Very rarely do I ever meet someone that's like, I chased the money and creativity, and it worked out for me. I'm in Beverly Hills right now. It just doesn't work that way. All right? You'll be burnt out. You won't be as good as the people who love doing this stuff, and you'll just be stuck without a career, and you won't even be happy. All right. And I just want to say something. Rob, he's like grilling in the background. I'm a little jealous. He's smoking, doing barbecue or something. I don't know. I like it, Rob. Oh, and you got a glass too. And what do I got? All right, Rob, let's cheers to you, man. There we go. We should do a side-by-side, but Mark, somebody, who did that? No, nobody. Nah, somebody's dropping the ball.
Cheers.
All right, everybody cheers, dude. Cheers. We got side-by-side? Let's do the cheers. Come on. Side-by-side? Coming up? Leaving me hanging, boys.
Side by side, man. What are you talking about?
Picture in picture. It is side by side.
Picture in picture. I'm not ready for that.
See, you have to be ready for everything. All right.
I can't do it.
Otto, did you log in? All right. Read me a good question or a funny statement or comment.
Well, I don't have any from Zoom, but...
They're right there in the chat box, dude. Okay. Here we go. Here's the next question. We sent a proposal of $5,800 yesterday for a WordPress website, and the client replied that they are strapped for cash. What advice do you have on how we should negotiate this? Thanks. All right. Did you talk to the client before submitting a proposal? about the budget. It sounds to me like you didn't. So when you submit a bid and you don't know that the clients are comfortable with that amount, you're going to be bound to be disappointed. Guys, come on. We've talked about this. What you want to do is talk to your client and say, look, when we do a website design with development for WordPress, it's going to be between $5,000 to $7,000. Do you have that kind of money to spend? Is that okay for you? Okay? If that's okay for you, then we will send you a proposal. But if you're like, oh, I can do a great job and this is cool in design, I'm afraid to talk about money, it's just too uncomfortable for me. Then you submit your proposal, guess what? They're going to disappear on you. That's it. All right.
I have a follow-up question.
You do? Good. Good job, Mark. Boom.
What should
hey,
people
get the mic
put
close
in,
to you, dude. What are you doing here? Go ahead.
What is the crucial information they should put in the proposal?
What crucial information? All right. Good question. Good question. We're talking about proposals, but I wanted to talk about overcoming pricing objections and people saying you're too expensive. When I talk about proposals, people want to know how to talk about pricing. You guys focus up here. Focus up, people. All right. All right. What's the crucial information in a proposal? Here's what you need to put in there. You need to clearly define the scope of work. How many rounds, how many revisions, how many ideas they get to see, what is considered not in the proposal, the assumptions, what the clients are supposed to provide to you, how quickly do they need to respond. You need to obviously include the budget and the schedule. Those have to be very clear. Milestones are important to put in a proposal. That way the client knows what they're signing up for. The clearer you can make this, the better off you are of avoiding conflict later on. What I like to do is bring the conflict up front. Bringing it up at the beginning. Let's fight it out now. Let's negotiate. Let's drag this thing out. So once we say, okay, we're very clear about how to move forward. Okay. Something that came up in a discussion I saw somewhere where I think it was in our pro group. They said, my clients got 3/4 of the way through the project. They had to put things on hold and it's been 6 months and they want to pick it up. Well, if you did your proposal correctly, anything that's more than a 2-week delay in the project constitutes the termination of the project. You'll close out the job. You'll bill for anything that's been done. And you'll start the job anew when the client comes back, if they come back, right? And there has to be a price to pay for that. Meaning, if you bidded the project at $100, and then you stopped at the 3/4 mark at $75, when they resume, the price should not be $25. The price should be $50. You got to put the team together. You got to dig up the old files. There's extra work for you. You should charge more for that, all right? There should be some kind of penalty. Okay, I'm going to go and pick the right decision and go with wrong X. Wrong? Talk to me.
Hi.
Go ahead.
I'm Wrong. I'm from New Jersey. And my question is...
Hold on. Why can't I see your face? Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. Speaker view. Go ahead. Say something.
Yeah. Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello? Okay. So I'm from New Jersey. And I'm still in school. And I'm thinking of working at a brand agency when I get out of school. So my question is, how do I identify a good agency to work at? Because I feel like companies or like agencies keep a lot of stuff confidential, and I can only judge them so well as like the work on their website. And I want to be sure that I'm working in a culture where I'm like appreciated and surrounded by driven people, and like, I don't know, the pros and cons of large and small agencies, just like everything like that. So yeah.
You started off so strong, Wrong. So strong.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to
You came in
elaborate.
strong. My name is Wrong. I'm from New Jersey. You gave me some context, and it started to dissipate. It's like a bubbly drink, and it started to fizz out. All right.
I
so
wanted to be clear. Okay.
Okay. So people tend to say a lot of things, and it becomes less and less clear because I got to focus on something. Are you cutting to my camera? Thank you. All right. So here's the deal. She wants to know, what company should she pick to work for, right? That's the basic question.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Wrong's got like multiple offers from the best firms in the planet. It's good to be you, right? Okay. It's good to be you. She's like, do I go with Lander and Associates, Future Brand? Like, who should I go to work for? It's like so many choices. Okay, you're amazing. That's cool. You got a good problem. This is what we call like a, what is it, high class problem? Like, what job should I take? First world problem, high class problem. I got so many wonderful job offers, while Stas is like, dude, I'm not Russian and I'm doing $200 jobs. What up with that? All right? I get that. Okay, so you should pick a company based on one thing only. It's not how much they pay you. It's not how fancy their office is. It should be based on what company has a culture that will allow you to grow the most. Period. I would ask them lots of questions about advancement, how long somebody's been with a company, and where they entered the company, those kinds of things, because I want to learn. Learning is the most valuable thing you can do, especially when you're early on in your career. Okay? If you go into a company and they pay you $100,000, let's say, and they make you art director on day one, you're like, woohoo! First of all, $100,000, I got a job, and they made me an art director. Amazing, right? And then you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, I just got out of school and I'm the art director? Who am I supposed to learn from? So that means you're already the best designer at the company. Who are you going to learn from? So you're going to do your thing. You're going to be a hot shot. They're going to pay you lots of money. And then after a little while, you're going to look back in 3 years and you're going to say, whoa, my work looks really super dated. While Mary, on the other hand, went to this other smaller firm, made a lot less money, but now she's in every award annual. She's like speaking at events. She's talk of the town. That's because Mary went to a place that she would learn and grow, and they're going to foster and nurture her as a creative human being, and that's the most important thing. Okay? I hope that helped you. That's how you have to focus this. All right? Thanks a lot for starting strong, Wrong, from New Jersey.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Woo, there's a lot of comments coming in here. I can't. All right. Okay, thanks. Stay on there. I'm going to read some of them. Let's see here. Somebody's like, Chris sounds like Trump. I'm going to make your head spin. People are laughing about that. Yeah, it sounds like something Trump would say. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, how to approach a client to have their marketing creative team in-house. Go Ukraine. They need your services. Hey, Chris. All right, here's a brother from another mother. Hey, Chris. I am from Vietnam, where the prices for design is obviously much cheaper than the U.S. Are there any obstacle for me to work for foreigners and earn as much as where their market is? Yeah, the obstacles are probably language, time zone differences, standards of work, and maybe suspicion that you don't know how to do work in this market. You have to overcome each and every one of those obstacles. How do you know what those obstacles are? What are those challenges? I would ask any potential employer, agency, design studio, hey, I understand I'm from a different market. What would hold you back from working with me? And you know what you do? You shut up and you just take some notes. All right? You just listen. Ask those questions. Find out what is their concern. And then systematically go through and try to figure out how you can make that not a concern. We talked about this before. We have East Coast clients. We have clients from overseas. Time zone is a big issue. I make it a non-issue. How do I do that? I say, we will adjust our start and end time to your time if that helps to make you feel more secure. All right? I offer a money-back guarantee. Why don't you try me out on a job first? Give me a small project. I'll do it. I'll prove it to you. I'm just as good as the rest of your team. Okay? Prove it to them. If you're that confident, do it. Okay. Thanks from ITD, brother from another mother. Sketcher sponsorship is gone now. Okay, it's sad. So someone has a question for me, Louis. Okay, Louis, come on, ask your question, man. Just ask it. Okay, here we go. Andrew. Okay, now he's making a public question. Here we go. Here's my redone question. Doing a website for $3,000 and my client is complaining about the price because I'm a student, even though my portfolio is strong. How do I resolve his preconceived ideas? Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Thank you for redoing that question, Andrew. It makes a lot more sense. So Andrew's question is this. The client wants to negotiate him down because he's a student. So they're using the reverse principle on you, right? Where I said provide context, they're providing context in the opposite direction. I'd like to pay you more if you had more experience. I'd like to pay you more if you had a bigger staff or more overhead, but you don't. Okay, so then you have to ask them, why are we talking? Oh, okay, so you looked at my work. I don't want to be presumptive, but I assume you like it. And I assume you don't want student level work. So I'm trying to figure this thing out in my mind. If you think this is student level work, I think you should go and work with students. I don't see myself that way. Okay, I'm at the top of my class. This is the work that I do. Why don't you compare this to 3 other people? Get a bid from them. Come back to me and tell me if the work is worth what it is I'm charging. If it's not, hire them, please. No harm, no foul. Okay? That's it. Just call them out on it.
I got a follow up for that.
Hit me, dude. Go.
What if I'm the client and you're the student, and I say to you, well, I'd love to pay you more. How about you do this one for a student rate, and then if it goes well and you're reliable, then the next one maybe we'll see.
Okay. Then I would ask them, where have you been able to do that before?
Is that relevant to this situation? I mean, do you want this opportunity or not?
No, I don't want to do work for half my rate.
Okay, well then, I'm sorry. I guess I'll have to look elsewhere for someone not as good.
Let me ask you this question. Would you like to pay me for no work, and then we'll decide if I should do the work?
I don't understand.
Well, you're saying I'll do the work and you'll pay me half in hopes that in the future you'll give me more work.
Right.
How about you pay me half my rate, and I'll decide later if I want to do the work?
Goes both ways.
Doesn't it go both ways? I'm just checking the symmetry of your logic, sir.
Well, I mean, but my reliability isn't in question here. I'm an established company. I will for sure pay. I've paid many other people.
Oh, so established companies have never not paid somebody. You've heard of Enron? Have you heard of Bernie Madoff?
I don't know what other companies have done.
You just
use
use the same argument. I don't know you. I'm also working on good faith as well. It sounds like we have a trust issue, so maybe this is not a good fit, sir. This is where you play the crickets, because I hear nothing, but that's all right.
No, I mean, I have spoken.
You have spoken.
I have spoken.
I've responded to you, sir. Good day, sir.
Good day. I mean, yeah, I guess that's
Top of the
all
morning
I left
to you.
to say there.
Here's my backhand. Hey, don't let the door hit you on the way out, sir. Okay.
It's my door.
Oh, is it your? Oh, you made that door now. I thought you just rent this place. Okay, what's your question?
So this is from YouTube, from Different World BG. Chris, talk about how you finesse your highest paying clients. We want to know how to obtain $1 million budget when I'm a $500 rookie.
Well, $500 rookie. Here's my answer to that. There's a long way from $500 to $1 million. Everybody's looking for a shortcut. Everybody wants a secret sauce, and there is no secret sauce. Some of this is gained through experience, through training, through confidence, through body of work, and you need to work your way up. I'm not saying how fast you have to work your way up, and if you can command $1 million project right now, more power to you. I have no issues with that. I have no issues with seniority or paying your dues, working your way up. But let's be realistic, man. If you're at $500, try to go for $1,000. If you're at $1,000, go for $2, $2 to $4, $4 to $8, so on and so forth. Okay, just keep doubling your rate until you feel like, you know what, I'm at that level. And one trick is you should get some no's. You should get some resistance. Otherwise, you're pricing yourself too cheap. That's the bottom line.
Now,
right?
As you're increasing your rates, does the conversation change between you and the client?
No, my conversation has always been the same from when I was helping out students to when I'm working with multi-billion-dollar clients. It's the same. I want to listen to them. I want to address their concerns. I want to use design to solve a problem, not my problem. I want to solve the client's problem. And I think I'm good at doing that. And you know what? Even though some of you guys think I'm super egotistical or cocky or arrogant, when I'm in service of my client, they are very important to me, and they feel that. When they say, can we meet on a Saturday for this thing? I say, sure thing. I go the extra mile for my clients because at the end of the day, I charge a lot of money to do what I do. All right? So you stay at a Ritz-Carlton, you stay at one of these fancy schmancy places like the Four Seasons, they don't let you carry your bags. If you need anything, they don't just point down the hallway and say, go that way. They'll actually take you down the hallway. All right? And if your shoes are dirty, by the time you come back, your shoes will be shined. That's why they get $1,000 a night versus Best Western or somebody else gets $150 a night. And that's the difference, man. You have to level up your game. All right? There is no secret to getting to $1 million. I mean, one of the secrets is to watch the show, but that's obvious. Duh. Okay. All right. Should I read some more questions? Otto, hit me. Wow, I'm way over my half an hour. All right, here we go. Do you charge differently with a larger office like an agency as opposed to a smaller business like a shop or design boutique, like a motion design studio? Should you ever modify your day rate for a studio you really want to work for? Man, there's like 45 questions in this thing, dude. Just ask one question. All right. Do you charge differently with a larger office? Yeah, you have to. You have a lot more overhead. You got to pay them bills. If you're in a smaller studio, you most likely don't have the same amount of overhead. Now, I imagine, though, if you had a big agency and one day you scaled down, but the client still called you, you can probably charge the exact same amount because they expect that from you. And you can assemble the team. You have the experience, okay? I think it's less about the size of the studio. It's more about your experience, how you know how to manage teams. You've dealt with lots of problems before, and they're going to pay you for that. Now, I'm going to talk about one thing real quick, okay? And we're talking about being able to charge more related to this $1 million question, okay? Now, next door, in the building next door, there's a plumbing issue. And so my wife is calling plumbers, and she's asking lots of questions. It's all backed up. Plumbing's, you know, when it's backed up, it's horrible, okay? And she talked to some plumbers. And what occurred to me, the person that she trusted the most, the person that she was willing to spend the most amount of money with, they're very precise. And here's what they did. One plumber gave her a quote over the phone. The other plumber says, I cannot give you a quote until I come out and see it. If anybody else gives you a price, I don't know what they're basing it on. So what he did was he raised suspicion in the mind of my wife that the other plumber just threw out a number. So now I'm not sure I can trust that person. Okay, you see how he did that? The second thing is, he says, I need to call the city to come out and do a diagram using advanced technology so I don't have to dig up the entire sidewalk or the pavement here so that we do minimal amount of work. Oh, wow. That's a very precise answer to something. And he used very precise terminology, and he was very specific with his language that gave her that feeling like, wow, this guy is a seasoned professional. I should hire them. So if you guys want to be more valuable, you need to learn to speak the language of design and business. Okay, you need to learn to speak both languages and be very specific. Okay, this is one advantage of people who have had a formal training. This is one advantage of people who hang out with fine art people all the time, and they know how to articulate their ideas clearly. They don't just say that's a color, that's asphalt, or that's pewter, or that's smoke, or that's charcoal. They're able to speak about colors in a very specific language, or about topography, and they can speak about all the different terms. Now you feel like, wow, this person has a lot of experience. They're experts in their field. So I imagine a lot of you self-taught people are using language a little bit sloppily. You don't know the terms. You don't know the rules. And that's going to hurt you at the end of the day. All right? Don't be angry at me, but ask your freaking question.
Did I sound angry? I'm not angry, dude.
Oh, I have a question.
Sorry if it got tense.
Hey, calm down. Calm down, dude. Calm down. All right, what's your question?
Now I forgot, man.
I scared you?
No, okay. So, like, if like your wife calls someone, she has a problem, right? The plumbing's backed up, serious thing. So, she
Super
wants
serious.
this to be solved fast.
Yeah.
But then, so she calls someone, well, how much would you charge to fix my toilet? And they start hemming and hawing and saying, oh, well, it depends on this and that. I mean, that's not very good from your wife's perspective. But if someone says toilet, well, I can't give you an exact estimate, obviously, but it's somewhere in this range, right? Like you say, to give a range.
Yeah.
So, like, how can you, as a designer, make sure that you don't seem like you're being annoying and you're being evasive with the price?
Well, don't be annoying or evasive.
Like, it's a fine line. You know what I'm trying to say?
I know what you mean. I get it, Aaron. So Aaron's saying something like, if you're wishy-washy, if you're all over the place, I don't know, it depends. People are going to hang up on you. That's not what I'm saying either. You can say, like, in my experience, if it's this kind of plumbing problem or if it's at the connection to the city, it's going to be a different kind of problem. I need to get in there. I have a scope. We can measure. I will charge you $150 to give you an estimate when I bring my equipment out. But generally speaking, based on what you've described, and I might ask some open-ended questions. I can say, well, where's the water? Where's the water? Like, what has happened? What was the last thing you did? And try to understand it. Now, all of a sudden, I feel like, wow, this guy is spending the time to diagnose the problem, and they know so much. All right, somebody donated. Give me a second, guys. Everybody just calm down. Chillax. All right, chillax. All right. So you guys understand what I'm saying? So by asking very probative questions, you're going to create the sense that you know what you're talking about. And you can give them ranges based on my experiences. You can tell some stories. This and this happened before. It sounds like that might be the same situation. So you're teaching the person very subtly that you know what you're talking about. Does that make sense, Aaron? Yeah. All right. Somebody just donated. Give me a donation sound. Mamma mia. No, that's not the sound. Jesus.
Okay. So the question is from Bilali Mac.
Bilali Mac. Thanks, Bilali.
Bilali has a client, and he won a grant I have a client I helped win a grant for over 500K. How do I convince them to use some of that budget to create something even more compelling?
Well, you helped them win a grant for $500,000. Now you want them to do what with it?
How do I convince them to use some of the budget to create something even more compelling?
Okay.
Compelling content.
Convince, your favorite word.
You know it. It's a buzzword that's going to send me off the deep end, you guys. Don't do the sound effect. All right. So here's the thing. What's his name again? Pull up this.
Mac, Mr. Mac.
Mr. Mac. Mr. Mac. Look, if you help the client, your friend, whoever, win a $500,000 grant, you've done your job. I hope you're compensated for it. At this point, if you want them to do something more compelling, well, again, whose objective is that? Who's that helping? Is that helping them and their cause or you and your cause?
Yeah, why do you want to do that?
I don't know. I don't know, you guys. You might want to do this. You might watch the previous live stream where I talked about how to be helpful. And it's very important to be perceived as being helpful. So you might say, congratulations, Mr. Client. I'm thrilled for you. I'm honored that I was able to play some small part in you getting that grant. What do you want to do with that money now? What are your goals? What's your objective? What are you trying to accomplish? What would success look like to you? And then work off of that. All right? Does that make sense, you guys?
Would it be bad to say, if you do have big plans, I would love to help you out?
No, no. Once you understand what the problems are. So let's say then they're like, you know what? Thanks for asking me that question. I want this to be like the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I want to run a social media campaign. I want to hire some famous directors and build this amazing website. Like, well, that's wonderful. I'd love to help you with that. I don't know if you know this, but besides helping you do this killer deck that got you the grant, I'm an amazing motion design person. I build websites. I have friends that are really great identity designers. We can put a team together and make this happen. How does that sound? You guys, I feel like I'm a broken record here because I keep saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. Am I not?
You mean in general or just now?
Just even now. In the last 2 hours. All right. Look, there's a girl on our show. I'm going to give the girl a chance to speak because there's a lot of sausage in here.
You know, I got an idea just before you do that. It'd be nice if you just, put these people on the big screen and just say, hey, what's up? What's your life like real quick, you know?
Who?
Just everybody.
That's a lot of people.
Pick random people. That'll seem cool.
You want to open a can up?
I just kind of want to see what the community's like, you know? Who are
All right,
these
Aaron
people?
wants to see what the community is like. So, community, unmute yourself, and here goes this disaster. Here we go, guys. All right, everybody unmute yourself. Here it comes.
You're making me look like a...
It's a feedback monster.
Oh, I see tongues. I see people going, ooh, ooh. Raise the roof, yo. Raise the roof. Double piece. Somebody's doing a beatbox. All right.
Got a guitar. Where's Rob at the barbecue?
Where's Stas with the guitar, man? Play us some tunes. No? Hey, Rob, where's the barbecue? No, I like that. You did it. Here we go. Oh, everybody's turned on the cameras. Hey, there's two girls on the show. What up?
We got two guitars.
Two girls, Brittany and Grell. How do you say your name?
Yeah.
There's two guitars. How about the two guys with the guitars play?
Three guitars.
All right, everybody that doesn't have a guitar, mute yourself. I only want to hear guitars only, you guys. Let's improvise a song. Let's do it.
This is getting off track here. I don't know.
Look, man, guitars.
Oh, there's 4 guitars.
5.
Five?
5.
People want to talk, so they gotta get a guitar.
That guy's got 2.
Okay, all right, everybody. Okay, that's enough.
Chris is not exactly what I had in mind.
Well, that's what you asked for, Aaron.
Oh, I wanted you to give someone the full screen and be like, hey,
Yeah,
Jason,
I'm about to give,
what's
hey.
up with you, buddy? Like,
All right,
talk
all right.
to me.
Hey,
How you doing?
Hey,
you know?
look, all right, look. You know what I heard? I heard today or recently that girls between the age of 16 and was it 30, they're the biggest indicators as to what the future is going to be like. I'm going to assume you guys are between 16 and 30. I want to hear from some of the girls. So, Brittany, just turn on the camera. Brittany, you're going to go second. Grell, you're going to go first. Say something. What do you want to talk about, Grell? Hold on.
Let's be nice.
Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Okay, hi. First of all, greetings from Argentina. I'm watching here at my place. Right now, I don't know if it's a question, but I'm kind of like in the middle of freelancing and still working in a 9-to-5 job. And I work a lot with like with women entrepreneurs. I do web design for.
Look, babe. See that girl? She does web design from Argentina.
Yeah. I do web design. I work a lot with women in business, like with design and all that. And I'm kind of like stuck in between working in my 9-to-5 job, also in design, and just like making the leap on just going straight up into freelance. So I kind of want some like. I've watched a lot of your videos right now, and they're very inspiring. I actually saw the one on social media with the girl.
Wait, girl, you're killing me! You're killing me! What is your question? I let the first girl on. She just keeps talking forever. What is your question, please, from Argentina?
I just want to know, like, when you're in the point of just like making the leap to freelance, what would you say that you need to just like, you know, like I'm gonna quit my job and just go into what I want to do?
Okay, thank you. Woo! It's so hard to do. Just ask a question. Brittany, let that be a lesson to you. You come in hard with your question. Be clear. Be strong. All right, girl? Yeah. All right, here we go, girl. She wants to quit her job. She wants to go freelance. She wants to explore the world. She wants to be a butterfly. You can't contain this. She wants to go somewhere else, all right? Here's the number one thing I want to say. First, save some money. When you have a free full-time job, save the money. Put it away. Make sure you have runway. Number two, are people calling you right now for freelance work? Okay, you're getting busy. You're burning the midnight oil, so you're doing 2 for 2. You got money saved up. How much money you got saved up? How long? How many months can you survive on that money?
2 months.
Oh, that's not enough. I like 3. 3 months is good. Okay, so let's do that. Now, she's also doing something where she's working a full-time job, and after hours, she's moonlighting. She's moonlighting. She's doing the naughty, right? So now she's tired. She's going to work. She's all, oh, I'm too tired. I'm sleepy, right? Whatever. So it's going to get to a point in which this is not going to be manageable anymore. Okay? Now, I want to make sure if you're doing freelance work already, you should be able to make a lot of extra money. Are you charging enough money? I suspect you're not. Yeah. I mean, if you're doing 2 jobs, you should have a lot more than 2 months worth of runway because it's all bonus money for you. All right? So I need you to start upping your rates, okay? You don't want a lot of low-paying work. Up your rates because it's safe. Check this out. I got a parachute. When the plane goes down, I got a full-time job. You know what? I don't need your $200. I don't need your friends and family. No, I don't need that. Keep saying no. Get the rates up. When you feel like, you know, I'm ready to fly this place, go fly like a bird. And then watch the show called Starting or Launching Your Business from Zero. That's where you're at. I've answered this question. I built a whole show on it. And there's something like 102 new messages. Okay, Brittany, you're up.
Can everybody else please
I just want to say another...
No, that's not how this game works. It's not, you don't get a follow-up question. I'm going to mute you now. See, you wasted all that time with a long story about Melinda and this and that. Okay, Brittany's not going to make the same mistake. Everybody else, mute yourself before I go bananas. Okay? There's a bunch of you guys here. James, mute yourself. I'm going to mute it for you. There you go. Hold on. Let me help some people who don't know how to hit mute. All right. Brittany, where are you calling from? What's your question?
Hi, my name is Brittany. I'm from Florida. Does it matter if my question is about this stream or not?
Yeah, go ahead. Whatever.
Ask your question. Ask your question, girl. Go ahead.
Okay. I have a problem with speech, with speaking in front of a lot of crowds, and I've seen that in one of your videos. You talked about how you overcame that. So I'm wondering if you have any like immediate like tips for me, because I get really nervous and kind of clam up in front of people.
Are you comfortable talking to me now?
While doing my speeches, barely.
Okay. That's an excellent question. It's completely off topic, but I will answer it for you. I'll answer it for you.
Now, you seem totally fun, by the way. You seem cool, right?
Yeah, she seems totally cool. So a little giggly, but that's all right. Yeah. I get it. It's cool. It's cool. All right, everybody else in the group, I'm going to ask you guys this question, okay? And you just type in the chat window. How many of you guys have a fear of public speaking? Most of us would rather die, commit suicide, than go public speaking. So that's nothing unusual there. Okay, but I'll give you some tips. because I'm a nervous wreck. I am a total nervous wreck when I go public and do public speaking, okay? There's certain things that I've been able to do that have helped me out. I'm going to give you some of the tips, okay? The more personal you can make your talk, the more it's about your own life and your own stories, the easier it is for you to share that with other people. It's just like having a conversation about where you grew up, some life lessons, maybe some things that your father or your mother taught you, a situation that happened when you were a kid that upon looking back, you learn a very valuable lesson. That's one thing I do. Another trick that I do is I'm good with small groups. So I used to go out into the crowd half an hour to an hour before and just chat with people. I would make friends really fast with small groups. And I would learn their name, what they're doing, a little bit of that. So when I came up, I felt like, you know, Bobby's here and he's got a question. Stas, not from Russia, knows something, you know, with his guitar. Grell's going to ask me a really long question, but not get to the point and then ask a bonus question. See how I work that into my routine? Like, that's my jerk routine. That's how I do it. So you can do things like that, okay? The last little tip, and I think this is the biggest tip that's going to make your life much easier when you do public speaking, okay? I want you to think about this, less about you and more for your audience, okay? We go on stage, we want to appear really smart, right? We want to be full of wisdom. We want to be a smooth speaker. We want to have people adore us and like we're really good and smooth and all that kind of stuff. If you flip the scenario and say, you know what? I'm just here because I hope to provide value to you in your mind. I just want to help you, and I hope something I say today will be of service to you. It changes the whole ego dynamic, and you're really there for people, right? So I'm here, I'm talking to, I don't know how many people, 28 people, people on YouTube, people on Facebook. And yeah, sometimes the words don't come out right. I say things that offend people, but my intent is really just to help people. That's it. That helps me to calm my nerves, okay? Does that make sense? I hope that works for you. And the last thing I'm going to say is practice, practice, practice. Go and work on your talk over and over again with friends, family, anybody in the car. So here's a tip for you to help memorize your talk. If you record yourself and just play it on repeat in the car everywhere you go, it'll start to drill into your mind. It really will. Okay? Is there a funny comment, Aaron?
No, just I was thinking I've done that, and then when I
work?
listen to the recording, I'm like, oh my god, I sound like an idiot. Like,
well, just get over that part. All right. Woo!
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay. Oh man, I'm getting tired, guys. It's 7:08. What are we doing here? 7:08. I'm not hungry yet. All right, my God, the student label. I can't read all this stuff.
I can't stop it, dude. How can, you gotta
stop touching it. All right. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, somebody wants to disagree with me? No, they're disagreeing with each other. That's fine. Does anybody want to fight with me? Somebody want to argue with me? Who wants to fight with me? Who hates what I'm saying? All right. Nobody so far. Oh, come on. All right. Let's see who else. Everyone has been a student.
Hey.
Hey. Who wants to fight with me? Who is that?
Well, it's not exactly fighting. But
oh, okay. Okay. Look. Hold on. I'm gonna put you on.
Get
Hold on.
in there.
Here we go. I'll get you on here. If this is not a fight, I'm gonna bounce you.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. What's your thing? Where are you from? What's your name?
Okay, I'm Efecan. I'm from Turkey. I'm a product designer. So that's my problem, I guess. So some of the things you're saying doesn't apply to me. So you're saying sometimes when you argue with a client, argue is not a great word. Right. You don't like that. When you are negotiating price, let's say,
yes,
you talk about the value you provide. But so in terms of marketing and how much money you can make them, right? But as a product designer, I don't support my claims with a number, right? Because there's a watch, let's say. Now I'm working on a watch. Whatever I do, it's not gonna, like some other engineer, some other designer will design a watch and both are gonna sell similarly. Maybe someone can make an amazing design and it's gonna make like, you know, go viral or whatever. But mostly watches sell around some percent. Yeah, you got me. I'm not gonna.
I get your question, even though there wasn't a question. Aaron, people are going bananas on your sound effects. They're gonna kill you soon.
I'm not doing it, by the way.
Whoever's doing it, get your finger off the trigger. Stop it. People are going.
I'm unplugging it. No more.
They're very angry. Yeah, you guys.
They're all.
That's why I'm going to control the sound effects from here on out. I told you guys you don't know how to handle a weapon like that.
It's an art. I know. We haven't learned it.
No, you're not artists, you guys. Come on. I will handle it from here on out. Okay, look. Here's a question. He says, and this is a very common thing that you're saying to me. Is your name F John? F John?
John. Yeah, it's like John. You know.
Oh, okay. For John. For John. Okay, I get it. All right. He has a very common objection to some things I'm saying. What you say doesn't apply to me. It doesn't work. I do this, or I'm in this country and this and that. Okay, whatever. Everybody says it to me all the time. 100% not true. Not true at all. And I'm going to tell you why. All right? You need to find some case studies where what you do has made a big impact on business. Right? And I have some. I'm not even a product designer. Do you know Fossil Watches?
Yeah.
Okay, Fossil Watches was doing okay business until they hired Charles Anderson and did this whole retro packaging, and their sales went through the roof. Go find that case study. Learn to tell stories, okay, about the difference that packaging and design can make on something. We know this. It doesn't cost more necessary to design, but it will be a huge return on investment if you have good design. Here's another one. Method soap. You know Method soap? You guys have it there in Turkey?
No.
Okay, I think the guy's name, he's a famous product designer. Okay, famous product designer. His name is Kareem Rashid, I believe. Very famous product designer. And the two guys that started the company, I think they were advertising executives. They were ad guys. And they're like, you know what? Why is it all these soap dispensers that sit on our countertop are so ugly that we have to put it under the counter? Can we just design a package that people would want to leave on top of their counter? So they went to Kareem, and Kareem charges a lot of money. These guys are an upstart. He says, I would design one form for you for this price, whatever the price is. They say, agreed, we want to do it with you. And he came out with this really beautiful, very simple teardrop shape. And their company took off. You know, I could see it in some stores, and it became in all stores, and now they dominate the aisle because it's a beautiful package. So for years, liquid soap, soft soap, all these kind of hand soap companies, Dove, whatever, they put their stuff in ugly bottles, and design, product packaging design made all the difference in the world. Find yourself some case studies, learn how to tell those stories, and change the conversation. Design does make a difference in most cases.
Okay, man.
All right? Thanks for not fighting with me. You're out. Okay.
See you.
Oh, my God. All right. Aaron is... Oh, somebody's clapping you now. Somebody's like, kill that bastard. And now somebody's like, Aaron is really killing it with the sound. Plug it back in? No, don't do it.
There's always going to be haters, man.
Hate is going to hate. And haters going to ain't. All right. Woo. We didn't hear that. Hello, everyone. I have a question, Mr. Doe. What is your question, James? Who's asking? Who's answering? Oh, Otto. Okay. Otto, you have a good question? Send me a question for Facebook or YouTube, guys. We need to wrap this up. Give me a question, Otto. You were flashing it before, and I couldn't concentrate. Yeah, now they're gone. All right. Yeah, all right. Zoom conference or Chris's.
Some of them are so long, and I don't understand them.
Yeah, you guys. Brevity is the soul of wit.
Yeah,
Write shorter questions, people. You know, ask shorter questions, you guys. Have we not learned? Somebody's saying the Zoom sessions and the conferences are my opportunity to roast people. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, it's fun.
I can't roast the camera because I'm just looking at myself and there's nothing to roast but my reflection. I need real people to work with.
You need a villain, dude. You're like a good superhero with no villain. Or a good villain with no superhero.
I believe I'm the superhero with no villain. Not the other way around, Aaron. How to pitch. Thanks, Chris. Good stuff. I'm working on blah, blah. Okay, yeah, it's too long, you guys. You know what? People love to write me really long emails. They love to write me really long chat questions. I just skip them. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have the time. It's like that long. What do you want me to do with my life? Just read questions all my life? Can't do that.
I got a question here for you.
All right, it better be a good one.
Why are you so harsh to your people? Okay, next question.
Hold on. Let me swallow before it just sprays out of my mouth. Why am I so hard on my people?
Yeah.
Who are you talking about? Who's my people?
I think you mean...
What, I'm an Israeli and my people are going to lead them across the Red Sea? What are we talking about here?
What do you think he means?
I don't know. You tell me. You read that question.
Why I think he means us three.
Okay, I see. Why am I so hard on my staff?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I expect the best. I'm a high-performing, high-octane racing machine. Don't give me the cheap tires, you guys. Come on. All right, let's go. Next question.
Ooh.
Ooh, did somebody give me money? No, they didn't. Okay. Here we go. I got a question.
You got one?
Oh, Otto's reminding me to say that if you guys, not that I care, if you guys donate $50 or more, I will do a custom drawing or something, or I'll do something. I'll sign you guys a poster. Just make sure I don't forget about it. It's in the super chat. We'll remember you. Okay, I got a question. Oh, Otto's going to show me the poster? No, I'm not going to draw on that poster. Otto, thanks. Here's Danny's. Danny's question is, you keep saying $200 to $500. I charge between $1,500 to $3,000. Double snap for motion graphic jobs. Should I be charging less? I'm a motion graphics animation guy. I just graduated 2 months ago, been doing jobs while in college. Okay, I need some context here, Danny. Are you charging $1,500 to $3,000 a day or for the whole job? Okay, if you're charging $1,500 to $3,000 for a motion design job, like a 30-second commercial or video, that is super cheap, dude. We charge, I don't know, $150,000 to $700,000. So definitely not too cheap. Don't lower your rate, right? Keep learning your craft, build up your skill level, and grow. I almost made Stas faint, guys. He's the guy with the $200 logo, and he's hearing these numbers. He's about to fall out of his chair in the Ukraine. Woo! All right. All right, who else? Who else are we going to talk to here? Danny, you want to say something, Danny? You're moving like you want to talk to me.
Put him on full
Go ahead.
screen.
Okay, I'm not hearing you, dude. Unmute yourself or do something.
He's good. He's good.
I don't hear him.
I'm unmuted.
There you go. Beautiful. I can hear you.
Yeah.
Danny, where are you from? What's your question?
I'm from Minneapolis. Hi, my name's Danny. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Do a lot of commercial media design and motion graphics work. You read my question already. I'm just wondering if I should just be doubling that rate, and then when people get scared of sticker shock, renegotiating it so that it can fit within their budget, or if people just have lower levels of trust because I'm a student, and I should just keep it low like that. And yes, $1,500 to $3,000 is how much I charge for the course of the entire project.
Okay, are you still a student?
Trying to make. No, I just graduated.
Oh, you just graduated. How long have you been out?
2 months.
Oh, 2 months. Okay, so you're a new grad, and you're charging in Minneapolis. Or are these local projects, or are you working off-site? Where are you working?
They're both internationally and locally, but mainly locally.
Okay, so you're charging between $1,500 to $3,000 for a motion design job, right?
As well as I also do animation and illustration work. So
all inclusive.
Depending on the client.
Okay. How many days are you working on a project? Let's say it's $3,000. Okay. Let's say we're on the high end of that $3,000 project. How many days are you working on it?
Based on past invoice work, I'd say I'm portioning out about 60 hours worth of work.
60
between
hours?
60 hours, give or take. And I could say weekly, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I'd charge $1,500 to $3,000 for character animation or motion graphics job.
Okay. $3,000, 60. So that's like $50 an hour. Is my math right, guys? 530. I think it's right. So you're charging about $50 an hour. That's not bad. That's pretty good. That's a $400 a day rate, right?
Now you're gonna hate me. So here's the quid pro quo.
Don't tell me how I'm gonna feel. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Now I'm in a dry spot after doing a bunch of these projects. All of a sudden, I'm in this really weird spot. I've been following your advice about blowing out of the social media bubble and really marketing myself on my website as well as Instagram and all that. I stopped using Soulfly and Fiverr, and I've seen an increase in my jobs. But now, because of this dry spot, I'm almost thinking I should go back to those cheaper jobs. Or
you know what? You know what? Let me tell you something.
I'm not trying to follow the money.
Danny, it's my turn. It's my turn. Here's the thing, Danny. Those Fiverr cheaper jobs, they're like a bad girlfriend with a bad habit. Once you get out, you don't go back. Okay? It's a clean break and you just move on with your life. You need to understand something. Once you get a taste of the good life, just let that carry you through the dry spots. It's totally okay. Right? If you had a needy partner that always wants it, everywhere you go, text me, chat me, and FaceTime me all the time, it's too needy. You don't want to be that guy. Okay? It's okay. When you charge more, you should have fewer clients. All right, I have a friend. It's in the pro group. She's like, Chris, what are your numbers this month? I'm like, what do you know? How much did you make today? I'm like, gosh, I don't know how much I made today. I don't think of my life in days. She goes, really? I have numbers up to the minute. I said, yeah, because I'm looking for a $500,000 job. They don't happen every day, right? They're going to happen every other 3 months. And I'm going to live off that. So what we want to do is, instead of hunting squirrels and rats and raccoons, we got to go kill a cow or an elk or something, right? And it's going to be a while. And when you hit one of those and you are able to bag it, you feast on it, and you live off that for a long time. It's good eating, all right? So I think it's totally okay for you to be at the rate. I would start to ask you and encourage you to raise your rate. I want to see you get to $6,000 to $10,000. Just say that. I think that's very reasonable if your work is good. I'm going to assume you're good, okay? If you suck, well, whatever. $6,000 to $10,000, you should be able to do that. You can thank me later. You can buy something, all right? You should be able to do it. Just trust me, man. Just go out and say it. But before you go say it, practice it with somebody. You know, get used to saying that, okay? Say it with confidence. Say it emphatically. Don't raise the voice at the end. Say it straight and say it flat, like it's a strong period, not a question mark. All right. All right, man.
Thank you.
All right. Somebody's saying it's 5 a.m. Okay, all right. Somebody's complaining. Great stuff, Chris. Blah, blah, blah. 408 at mine. Okay. Going to be streaming to 3 a.m. People are dying. People are holding on. Okay. I'm going to ask you guys this question. Who in this group, what's the earliest time in this group? I'm going to give you the next question. So if you're at 6 a.m., you win and you get the question. If you're 5, you win. Who's up really freaking late right now? Okay, well, you're up. I mean, somebody who hasn't spoken already. Now, I can't see you. If your camera's off, I can't see you, right? So if you're making motion when the camera's off, I can't see. So there's an opportunity here. Anybody? No? All right. Who's not muted right now? Raphael, dude. Are you going to say something, Raphael? No. I'm going to mute you, Raphael. Raphael, yeah, mute yourself, dude. Come on.
Chris.
Okay.
Chris, sorry.
All right, Raphael, what's up?
Sorry, man. I had my phone in my pocket while I was in the gym.
All right. Lucky you didn't hear anything weird. All right, mute yourself. All right. Who wants to say something? Danny, I already talked to you, man. Roberto. Oh, okay, Roberto. Okay, let's talk to Roberto. Okay, go ahead, dude. What do you want to say? You were in here for a long time. You were at work doing something illegal. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm at work. Hi, I'm Roberto. I'm working in the city of industry. So, like, I don't know, 40 more minutes away from you.
Yeah, very close by, man.
Okay. So my question is about, and actually, this is actually some of the classes that you have on your website.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you offer any kind of workshops or, I don't know, help to sell yourself, like a presentation workshop or something like that?
A presentation workshop? How to sell yourself? Like, what's the situation that you're in? I have nothing like that, except for the videos that I make currently. There's no workshop that I'm planning on making. What do you need help with? What's the situation you're in that you want to sell yourself?
All right. I've been watching your videos, and I'm pretty sure you're a very confident person when you're talking to anyone. I mean, you're pricing yourselves very high. That's great.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
I want to grow up and be like you. I'm just quite that way.
Yeah. Okay. I want to grow up and be like my son, but okay, it's a different situation. Look, you guys think I'm really expensive, right? Who thinks I'm expensive? Just raise your hand. You think I'm expensive? You guys? I think I'm a bargain. I seriously am thinking I'm a bargain. You know what? When clients say no, I'm going to tell you a little story, and then I want to hear the rest of what you have to say, Roberto, because I found that statement a little funny, right? There was a client I was trying to onboard to do strategy, and I said $10,000. And I hadn't charged $10,000 before. He kept pushing back. He's like, how about 5? I said, how about 10? He's like, how about we do it in 1 hour increments and I'll pay you $1,000 each time? I'm like, how about 10? I just stood my ground. Ultimately, he didn't buy. Okay? Then I did strategy for somebody else. I charged him $10,000. Done. Next person, I charged 20. Next person, I charged 30. Now I'm between $30,000 and $50,000 to do strategy. Okay? Guess what's going to happen when that guy calls me back? The guy who I was trying to sell for 10. I said, you know what? I gave it to you at the bargain price. I don't work at that price anymore. I'm 3 times as much now. Would you like to work? And he's like, what? It's crazy. See, so I feel like it's a bargain to work with me right now because I'm just going up and up. Okay? And that's how you guys should look at it. Danny is getting a great rate right now at 3K. You should be dying to work with Danny right now for 3K because as soon as he starts applying my advice, he's going to be at 6K. Too bad. So sad. And if Stas follows my advice and gets off of Fiverr and all those websites and Upwork, he's going to be $600 and $800 and $1,000. And that's a time that you could have had him for that price, but you can't have me anymore at that price. That's how I want you to start thinking about yourself, you guys. We need to reprogram the brain and stop thinking of ourselves as cheap or inexpensive and all these kinds of things. We are super valuable. We're going to work every day to grow in value by learning more, by being more valuable to our clients, helping them to figure out marketing and business problems. And we're going to be worth more. Okay, Roberto. Is it Roberto?
Yeah.
Yeah, finish your question. Sorry, I had to interrupt. And then we're going to end on you, man. Go ahead. Finish this off strong.
Okay. Hopefully in the future you can give us another video on points, things that we can practice on. For say, stand up like this, talk this way. These are good points. Shave your head, things like that. I don't know.
You know what the secret to my success is? The less hair I have, the more confident I become.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding, dude. No,
I'll do that.
No, that's not it. All right. There's a thing that you can do. It's called modeling. And I'm not talking about like Vogue, you know, not like that. I'm talking about, hey, are you guys going to switch to my camera? Are you asleep at the wheel? Come on, dude, I'm talking. All right. Yeah, stop checking your Tinder.
No,
guys, come on. We have a show to run.
Our audience here, dude.
All right. You interacting with the audience? They're having fun with you? Okay, look. What you do is you look for somebody to model yourself after. Look at the way they speak, the words that they use, how they move their hands. You know, have you guys seen Simon Sinek speak? The guy who wrote Start With Why? I've seen him speak live, and I've seen him speak on stage. He does this thing when he comes out. Like he's washing his hands. It's very interesting. He talks about this, right? He's always doing this. I'm like, all right, I'm going to wash my hands on stage because it gives my hands something to do. Helps me to ground myself, maybe focus. You know what Gary Vaynerchuk does? He comes on stage, he holds his fist like this, right? He's always holding his fist. I don't know why. Maybe he's flipping you off. I don't know what he's doing, but he's holding his fist. It's like a power move, all right? And then Tony Robbins, when he's speaking, said, right or wrong, right? True or false, true or false. He's throwing out rhetorical questions to the audience, so he's kind of getting them to engage, to let them check back in, to wake them up. He's doing that all the time, okay? And what does Obama do when he speaks? He has the old fist thing, like with a thumb, because he doesn't want to point. It's rude to point. He does it with his thumb. This is what we need to do. Here's how we're going to do it. Healthcare for everybody. This is what we're going to do. These are good things. Watch people, learn. I'm going to tell you a super nerdy thing that I do. I like to watch stand-up comedians because they have to control and command the stage. They're out there naked. There's nothing to support them, right? They're totally exposed. A joke falls flat. They die. It's hard. They crash and burn. So watch how they talk. Look at how they hang on a word and then they give it to you, or how they take a mic and hit themselves on the head to make a sound, right? Or how they look to the ground and they're thinking about something. Look at those gestures. Just copy them. Study. Look at the way they tell jokes. Try to tell the same joke to your friend, to your wife, to your partner, to your husband. Practice these things. You'll get a lot more comfortable. Okay? It's time for you guys that are introverted, artistic designer types to bust out of that shell. Bust out, guys. Come on. You can do it. Just pretend you're an actor on a stage and do it. Okay?
Got it.
I don't have a specific talk, but that's it. Woo! I'm tired. Are you tired? You guys tired? You want to get out of here?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's count down to the end of the show. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. You guys that are on live, I'll stick around for a bit right after the show, but let's wrap up the show. This was supposed to be half an hour. I think it turned into like 2 hours. I don't know. It's out of control. I'm sorry, you guys, if this was a really long broadcast for you. Stick around. Let's not stick around, but I'm out of here. I'm too tired. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Aaron, roll the credits. See you guys later. See you next time. Where's the card? Oh, I have the card. What am I doing?